Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation. So, obviously, we got some euphoria, some excitement within the space here. Bitcoin, I think it touched like 35,000 on some exchanges. I mean, this is massive. I typically get my information from my girl Juice because when I'm at work, I just like it's like I'm in the boonies. It's like I have no reception whatsoever, and I can get text messages. So typically she'll text me like oh hey, here's what blockchain backer was tweeting or posting, and oh here's what's happening with Bitcoin in the market, right? And literally I didn't get anything, and then for some odd reason, the gods have struck down and hit my phone with some reception. I end up getting a couple more notifications on X, formerly known as Twitter, and I'm seeing people are super excited, prices are going crazy, and I'm just like, what is happening? So I'm at work like, man, I can't wait to get home and get into the markets and make some videos and get things rolling. I know a lot of you out there have probably seen everything. Everybody's already talking about stuff. I'm super late to the game here, so I'm gonna just be as brief as possible. But this is huge, man. We got to take a moment to really just soak in this W right now. There's been people already kind of being negative and being bears, talking about, oh, this is a bull trap and this and that. For us, that's, continuing to accumulate in. We have high conviction on the space and where the thing's headed. It's merely interesting. Now, if you're a day trader, swing trader, maybe that may be a little bit different for you, but in the grand scheme of things, zoom out. Look what happens with this market. So this is just one thing here. Look at the Bitcoin Fear Greed Index. We were just in, not too long ago, right? We were in fear last month, 44. Now we're sitting at greed. So we'll see what's up. BC Backer's been hitting it on the head, though. Coming over here, there's been this big like back and forth as like, oh no, this market cycle's resembling the 2018 or the 2017 2018 bull cycle, and then BC Backer's like, no, this is looking more like, I think he was saying like the 2015, and he had, if I'm not mistaken, he had put these two charts kind of like almost in a sense mirroring each other here, but yeah, you can see that like literally it's, I mean, that is crazy. This dude is legit, man. And look, he just puts the bye-bye. So remember, he had put out that tweet talking about something along the lines of like the bears are going to be, weeping because they're going to get left. And Will Clemente actually says something. I'm going to touch on it right now. He goes, time for BTC to print a God candle that sends panic deep into the hearts of every single sideline bear that was hoping to buy lower. So they're referencing, those 10Ks. Oh, Bitcoin's going to 10K. Bitcoin's going to 3K. I mean, here we go. This is huge. We got to take the little victory, small wins, right? This is just the beginning, though. Even though we may have a pullback and this and that, there's so much positivity coming. We're going to touch on it right now. This just came out earlier. They posted this at 4 p.m. This from Watcher Guru says, just in BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust has been listed on the DTCC, Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation. So right here, it literally says IBTC. I mean, we know BlackRock, Larry Fink, one of the largest asset manager out there. We know Chairman Gensler, probably one of their little puppets. They're the puppeteers for Chairman Gensler. Maybe they already have some sort of deal or agreement already set. So they're kind of, laying their pipes down so that water can flow, and boom, showtime, floodgates are open, right? So, hey, this isn't by accident. Come on now. Come on. Who knows? Maybe they are putting this out there to get a little pump. Maybe to, take some more suckers, dump it, get some more fear going, and then boom, we get another pop and it's over. We're rolling. Interesting. Eleanor Cherad put this out. It says, quote from Hester Pierce, every day I hope that they'll wake up and they'll think, what we need to take a more productive approach. SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce. So listening to this.
Can say that generally the agency has not been very good when it comes to anything related to Bitcoin or other crypto assets. And look, I hope that every day I hope that they'll wake up and they'll think, what, we need to take a more productive approach. That hasn't happened yet, but I'm of course hoping that it will.
So obviously we, us in the XRP community, we have our certain opinion on Hester Pierce and her coming out saying all the right things, but not really having too much follow through. Like I continue to say on this channel, like, we don't know her situation. We don't know, obviously she's got to protect her job. She's trying to do the right thing in the way that she can. But hey, there's been a lot of people talking about, man, great to show your face and to say these things, but it's like, you're really not. It's almost like the Congress writing letters. It's like, okay, when are you going to do something different? When are you going to actually take action? But hey, we don't know her situation. I'm glad she's coming out saying these things. It just makes Chairman Gibson and the SEC look even worse. So we got to take our little wins when we can, right? JD had put this out. He says, I've said from day one, a lot of blame must be directed at Jay Clayton. He had Hester Pierce and Eli Roisman as votes and could not count. He can count on. After he refused to enact a safe harbor, authorize him to give the speech regarding Bitcoin and ETH, Clayton actually provided input regarding the speech and then sued Ripple, claiming XRP was a security. Clayton, as chair, took a hands-off approach other than bringing ICO cases unrelated to ETH regarding BTC and crypto. Immediately after leaving the SEC, Clayton took a paid advisor position with One River, who had made $1 billion bet on BTC and ETH just 2 months before the Ripple XRP lawsuit. Keep it vague for the rest of us, but in cash as an advisor on the one thing you denied regular folks from having access to, Clayton, Gensler, and Hinman represent everything wrong with our regulatory markets today. Spot on, literally hits it on the head. And when I read this stuff, I'm so glad we have people like JD that really, led the charge against standing up against these I'm not going to say that word, these corrupt individuals, right? I think about, selfishly thinking about myself and, seeing my boys and seeing, how different things could have been. Even at this point, like, all they're doing is, first of all, they're delaying the inevitable, but they're really just affecting the financial livelihood of everyday Americans and people around the world that are working hard, investing what they can invest, and they're just pretty much making it unaccessible, and they're making it more difficult for us to change the financial course of our lives. And we have to look at our kids busting our butts, going to a job that most of us don't even want to go to because people like this, but they're getting rich and, they're providing this lavish lives for their family all through corruption. It blows my mind, and it literally infuriates me. It's crazy, man. When we get our day, and it's coming, it's going to feel so good. It's going to be amazing. Just like when we got that massive victory with in SEC versus Ripple case. A lot of tears, a lot of emotions, looking at life differently. It's going to be great days ahead, and I'm really excited about it. And we earned it. We deserve it. Moving on here. JD had put this out as well. He says, one of two things. One, the SEC had capitulated on the spot Bitcoin ETF and approval before the end of the year, or certainly before the end of first quarter of 2024. Is a certainty. Or two, the SEC is gathering more information during their discussions to come up with a different reason for denying the spot ETF, thus creating the greatest head fake rug pull in SEC history. So just a side note, thinking about that, I would not be surprised if that were the case, but the fact that Larry Fink and BlackRock are in the situation, he's saying it right here. It says, personally, I wouldn't put two past SEC or Gary Gensler. In fact, if Larry Fink weren't on the applicant's proponents, I would expect number two, but with 10 trillion assets under management, his voice is pretty loud. So literally, I didn't even read the bottom of this post and literally was thinking the same thing. So we can lean towards number one, especially with that whole IBTC thing on the DTCC. We'll see. It's just a matter of when this thing pops, right? When it really comes out. And are they gonna just approve one of them, or are they gonna approve all of them? We'll see. Continuing on here, this from Benjamin Cowan. And you know what? Shout out Benjamin Cowan here, because this dude's been saying, we're going down, and he was saying all these different things, obviously formulating his own opinion. He's a very successful trader, puts out great content, right? Has his own community. But he had put this out. It says, BTC put in a new yearly high today. I was not that optimistic we would see that this late in the year. Anyways, the general direction of dominance higher, ETH, BTC down, etc. remains intact. But if you want to dunk away, pretty much saying like, hey, if you want to come in and talk crap or bash whatever, do it. Hey, I would, I didn't see this. And look, I remember him actually watching a video of him, and it was when it was over here, he was saying we're going lower. But hey, he casted his best judgment, and he's owning it. Shout out him, and that's huge. Will Clemente says, shout out to Sailor. Man took crap from everyone for 2 years and now back in profit on his Bitcoin bet. Have to respect it. So he's talking about Michael Saylor, obviously one of the biggest BTC bulls out there, accumulating as much as possible. Hey, he's finally up. And he sees where this thing's headed. If you zoom out, it's quite evident. So, hey, shout out him. James K. Fallon had put this up as well. It says breaking, Judge Torres signs order officially dismissing case against Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. So, man, hands in the air, hats off, taking a bow, shout out, Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larson, Ripple, fighting the good fight, XRP community, helping along that fight. This is huge, man. This is absolutely massive. Obviously, there's still a lot of speculation going on as to what was the SEC's motive. Are they going to throw an appeal? But it came out and it was debunked. They can't appeal right away because they still have to have some litigation in regards of what the fine Ripple has to pay. Based on initial sales early on, right? So who knows what's going to happen? But hey, this is huge. You got to take the wins when we can, right? This is legal documentation. That's a win. Take the W. Zach Rector had put this off, and there's been a big storm of communication and upsetness within the XRP community, talking about this AMM votes and the devs wanting attention and all these different things. He says, BitTrue voted yes on the AMM and then tweets this out. BitTrue tweets, "Are we ready to send XRP to the moon?" I mean, there is so much positivity coming our way as XRP holders in the XRP community. I mean, you're talking about a digital asset that literally has been suppressed for years. How can people deny this? Let me see if I can pull. Let me just go in here really quick. Let's do max. Oh no, let's do. I wish we could do like a three. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's do this. I wish I could do just like a 3-year period. Okay, look. We shot up. What's this? This was back in 2018. I think it was 340 on some exchanges. It was 380, right? Oh, let me zoom in. My bad. And then coming down here, obviously we come down, right? We get closer to 2020. We get closer to, where's it at? Where's the lawsuit? December 20. So obviously we know it was December 2020, right? And obviously we know what happens. But like all this time right here, right? Suppression, FUD. And it's been happening prior to the lawsuit, but now they just jumped on it, right? Obviously, you have corruption within our government. The government and these bodies of government that are supposed to be set out to protect us, right? Blatant corruption, right? This digital asset literally stayed in the top 10 despite having automatically the negativity and flood from even community members within the crypto space, but so much shade and gaslighting and just negativity is globally for it, right? Being one of the most scrutinized digital assets out there, really calling us the banker's crap coin, right? Then you have Ripple, the company, trying to fight the good fight, right? Trying to do things the right way, working with the regulators, right? But they're still getting scrutinized, and we have video footage of it, right? While other companies are out there going, setting up shop in non-U.S. Jurisdictions and stuff, and selling in ICOs and doing all this shady, clearly shady stuff, trying to skirt around U.S. Sanctions or U.S. regulatory frameworks, right? But come to find out, they literally have the regulators with them, right? So you have this asset that's literally standing on its own in the community strong, in the top 10, going on 3 years in litigation of an SEC lawsuit. Just that alone, how can you deny this asset? I mean, how could you not see like, whoa, wait, how is this possible? There's got to be something to it. And then you start diving into the research aspect of it. You can start with Ripple, the company itself, if you want. Start from their leadership to their devs and what they're doing, their partnerships with businesses and central banks around the world. The amount of money that it gets handled when it comes to cross-border remittances and settlement. You're talking about quadrillions, right? When we're talking about like the SWIFT system and all that stuff, right? But this settles in seconds, right? And then you dive into the XRP ledger and the developments. And then you talk about the XRP community. And then you talk about the utility and use case of this digital asset. Right now you have, votes on AMMs and all these great things that are coming. We're talking about tokenization. I mean, that is a whole nother conversation. You can tokenize anything of value, right? And move it across the XRP ledger. What do you think's going to happen? I mean, like when I talk to my friends about this, I know sometimes they probably think, man, this man is crazy. Like, how do you know this? Why do you believe that? But it's like, how could you not? Like, I would rather bet this than not, especially with all these facts. Why is Brad Garlinghouse sitting in meetings with the powers that be are globally. Like, why does he get a seat at the table? What do you think that means? I'm literally dumbfounded, and I'm so excited as to where this thing is headed. Obviously, I got my own investment strategy I'm going to stick to. I have my profit taking strategy I'm going to stick to. I'm definitely going to have a certain portion of my XRP, allocated for the long haul. But man, I'm telling you, I'm pulling some profit this market. I ain't going to hold on like last time. I'm going to pull some profit this time, and I'm really excited about it. But that was my rant. Make sure you come to the Crypto is Key Conversation YouTube channel. Subscribe. Follow us on X at Crypto is Key 1. I really appreciate your support out there, you guys. With all that being said, stay strong out there and be safe.